Hey everybody, I want to welcome everybody back to ChallengeCentric. It's really been a minute since I posted a video, but this is interview number 8, and this is actually a special interview because it's actually the first interview that I have with somebody from the flagship show of the challenge. So who has been on the show in real time? Everybody else has been doing all stars and other ventures and stuff like that. But it's such a pleasure to have the rookie of the season, Miss Olivia, in the building. Thank you so much, Olivia, for being a part of this and really starting the year off with a bang up.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. The season's been crazy.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear all the questions you got. I got answers.
All right, let's go. Let's dive straight into it. So I just want to know, well, I think a lot of us would like to know. I like to dive, a little deeper behind the person because, we get to see a challenge persona on the show, but who you are as a person, I'm actually intrigued in knowing that. So I want you to give us a little background information about yourself, your upbringing, your education, you dip and dabble with athletics, your hobbies, etc.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska. It's definitely a different way of being raised than just the lower 48, or I don't know what people call it, but we call it the lower 48. I grew up being very outdoorsy, very tomboy-esque, would ride dirt bikes, go fishing, camping a lot, just the whole shebang, climbing mountains, like real mountains, not little hills.
Yeah.
And I have 2 sisters and a brother. Well, I have 3 sisters, 1 stepsister, and a brother. And my dad always just raised us to be strong, and he always raised us to be the best version of ourselves. So I would get like an A on like a test in school, and he'd be like, "Why didn't you get an A plus? You could have worked a little harder." And I'm like, damn. But now, I get where his mind was going with it. Maybe it wasn't the best way to say good job, but it is kind of like the same way that Horacio is. If you don't win, then you lost. So my dad had the same mentality, so I grew up that way. I played sports my whole life, played soccer my whole life. And in college or in high school, I was left forward.
Okay. I never got to play forward. I was always the sweeper.
Really? Okay. I was down for whatever position other than mid, because mid is sprints, and I'm like, no, we good. Yeah.
That's work.
I know. I think Horacio plays striker, but he also plays mid as well, I think.
All right.
Because his cardio game is on point.
Wow.
So
I
played soccer in high school, and then I played varsity tennis as well. So I've always been very, very, very competitive when put into the, position to be. I'm just a, boss chick. I own my own business. I love making money. I'm an entrepreneur. I always just knew that growing up, I never wanted a man to dictate my future. So from like 16 years old, I started my own business and kind of changed it a little bit here and there, because I went to school for being a hairstylist troriginally. And then I ended up hating it because you have to stand all day. You don't get as much money as you should for what you do. Nowadays, maybe you do more because they charge crazy amounts of money for hair. I would know because I get my hair done all the time. And then I started my own business. I tattoo permanent cosmetics. So I tattoo like eyebrows, eyeliner, lips, and freckles and all that stuff. And now I have a salon here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I live here in the winter times, and in the summer, I go back to Alaska and I work up there in the summers. And my sister currently just moved to Arizona to join my business. So I'm excited. A little sister business, I don't really work out. I definitely did not work out before the challenge. Since I left the challenge, I have been working out, and now I'm a runner again. I'm like trying to get my cardio up. Yeah. I'll pass stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to get my cardio game up and better myself. If I do get a call for another season, I want to go and actually, yeah. I hope so, but you never know. You never know.
You're getting that. You're getting that. I speak in that.
Thank you. Well, speak into existence.
Yeah.
But
let's go.
yeah. I just want to be able to now have played a season, I know what I lack and what I struggle in, and that's definitely endurance. It's not really strength, even though I'm going to start training in strength because I know I can be stronger. But naturally, my whole family is like lumberjacks. They're very, we're very like naturally strong. Um, so yeah, just getting my cardio up, and I guess just practicing what I know I need to practice on is going to be very beneficial for next season for me. So, but yeah, I mean, I just am a normal girl. I'm not like I do not see myself as a TV star. I'm literally from a small town in Alaska, and all my friends are normal. I live in Arizona now, so I don't really hang out with a lot of reality stars. I hang out with normal people. Oh, normal people. You know what I mean? I don't hang out with people that are in the same business as me.
Yeah, I got you.
Other than a handful of friends I have, like, around the globe, but yeah, I'm just a normal girl.
No, and I love that about you because you saying that you're a normal girl, literally everybody was watching this. I literally just slid into Olivia's DMs and was like, hey, like, can you do this? Like, I really respect it. You came on this season, and you literally responded to my surprise because some of these challenge players, it's like, okay, we too good, too cool for school, and they can't really relate to, us, the fans and stuff like that. But that really speaks, to your statement that you just made just now. Like, I really respect that. So you still keep that human quality in you, and I admire that. So it's I don't know. It's really great to have you on, man, Olivia. Honestly, it's really great to have you on. And they would be a fool to not call you back and to be on the next season or all the seasons, down the line. You and Horacio, but specifically, you. Like, you really were that girl this season.
Thank you. Oh my God. That sounds exhausting. I'm like seasons to come, all of them. I'm like, I'm tired thinking about it.
Like beauty, brains, and brawn. Let's go.
Thank you.
No, shout out to you. So yeah, man. And I guess having, your dad as that, fuel to your fire, with your upbringing to just never give up, never quit, always strive to be better, even with you saying you got to work on, okay, what your weaknesses were for this season. So you really want to work on that and just get better and better and better. Yeah. And you and Horacio have that mindset. And it's like, we do. It's rookies of the season. Like, I cannot stress enough. The award goes to you, and him. So yeah, and this season of rookies has definitely been one of the better ones. I would love to see a lot of you back on the show. But speaking of the show, I want to know what piqued your interest in coming on. Like, how did they find you? Did they approach you first, or did they approach Horacio, or did they kind of just put you two together? How did that go?
Yeah, so I was on Love Island, season 3, and I won that show. So me and the guy won the show together. Yeah. And then, I got from that show, I got my manager, and my manager, he works with the producers that are from the challenge. So they're very close. So he's like, he obviously wants his clients to be on another show. And especially you want to get on another show as fast as you can right after your other show. So you're relevant. That's just like how it works. And my other Love Island filmed in 2021. And then I started interviewing or getting options to talk to producers or whatever around December. So we got on it right away. And then from there, the challenge when you're a rookie is a very long process because they really are trying to cast good rookies. I think they just sometimes it misses really bad, because they could be amazing rookie or they could be like amazing personality wise on the show they came from, right? Like they're the funny person or they're the goofy or they're the drama, but like it could not translate at all into the challenges. And then there's pointless arguments. It's like, you suck at this game physically. We're not going to go. Like, you're not going to argue yourself out of this one, And also like Horacio, I was so blessed that I went on with him. I think was going to be an option for me. I think was Johnny at one point from Love Island as well. He was partnered with Raiden. He's who we went against because we both come from Love Island. So it was kind of like, we ride or die from the same show. I don't really have a lot of guy friends in my life. I'm very girl, and I also work at a med spa with women all day, and I do women's faces and all that. So I don't really have a lot of guy friends, or I have guy friends, and then we end up, I don't know, maybe dating or something, and we're not friends anymore. I don't know. So Horacio is someone that we've never hooked up. We've never liked each other like that. We've always been friends. And so I was like, this guy's perfect, because I feel safe with him. I trust him, and I know that his intentions are pure. And in general, he's just amazing, honest guy. And they need to make more of him out there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I knew I could trust him. And also, he also is someone that he keeps me humble and grounded, because I will say I act up sometimes and I'm very sassy. So I definitely, if there was something, like, I would definitely be someone to get into it. And he's the person that was like, Olivia, no, we're going to stay in our character. We're not going to have anyone take us out of our character.
Yeah.
And I needed that. And so he did that. And then in other ways, I helped him. So we both helped each other a lot in different ways, even as human beings, and growing from our experience on the challenge. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of happened. It fell into place. And yeah, I was supposed to be an alternate, or I was an alternate for CBS challenge.
Okay.
So I went to Argentina, and I was in a hotel room for 2 weeks. And I was with a couple others from Love Island. And we all got sent home after 2 weeks. We didn't make the cast or whatever. We didn't fit into their what they wanted. And I was like, damn, that was pretty hard for me, because I was like, that was really close. And also, not only that, I flew all the way to Argentina.
Yeah.
I was like, I flew all the way to Argentina, and I also wasn't really told I was an alternate. So I was like, okay. I had an idea, because me and the people that were alternates with me flew out the same day. It was a day after everyone else. So I was like, that's interesting. But that was also kind of like mentally hard, because I was like, dang, maybe I wasn't entertaining enough on Love Island, or maybe I wasn't like good enough, or maybe they think I'm just like dumb and like girly, and that's like too much for the show, or, because they do want some competition. They don't want someone that's going to get easily eliminated with no personality as the first one. That means the first couple episodes are starting out boring. It is just what it is. So I got sent home, and then I got a call a week later that they want me on the Challenge MTV, and I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Then I fly out to Argentina, and I realized I was an alternate again, and I was like, wow, we're really doing this, okay? And they didn't tell me all. They literally did not tell me I was an alternate. I got ready with the cast. I flew out with the cast. We were waiting. Me and Horacio were in our hotel rooms. They came to our door, said, we're going to be ready in 30 minutes. Get ready. We had all of our stuff ready, our suitcases at the door, everything. No one came. We heard doors shutting, and no one came and got us. And we're like, we're alternates again. This is crazy. And then, and then someone came, a PA came in our room at like 7 p.m. We were supposed to leave at 11 a.m. by the way. And they're like, so right now, we're going to just keep you here. And I was like, cool. So I was a little devastated, because I was like, wow, maybe I'm just not good enough for the challenge. Maybe I literally just haven't, it made me question myself as a person, right? And then luckily, some people got like sick on the show, and they needed alternates. So that's why you see me and Horacio coming in at the first challenge, because we were alternates. Yeah.
To think that y'all wouldn't even have gotten a shot if those people didn't get sick, and we wouldn't have the rookies of the season. That's wild. That's wild.
I know.
That is wild.
It is crazy. I mean, I believe in God, and I think that He has a plan for everything. And that was my plan. I mean, we came in with a bang. I mean, if you look at the episode of us walking in, I'm like blonde. I'm like, my hair's blowing in the wind. He's looking all Rico Suave. And we're just like, we're here. And then as the show goes on, we get to show up more as competitors, especially me, because I was very underrated with what I could do. And so, and then we obviously left with a bang, literally. So, you know what? Full circle.
We definitely could get to that. But so you and Horacio, you just were just friends, just who knew each other? Like, where do you guys knew each other from? And did you pull him in, or did he pull you into the show?
Mm-hmm. So we knew each other since 2014. We went to college here at GCU in Arizona.
Okay.
And so we met out, and then we just like stayed in contact. We didn't have like, I had like 2,000 Instagram followers. I think he maybe had like 200 or something. So like when you have a lower amount of followers like that, you can see people more, right? Like you see each other's lives all the time. So we'd see each other living our lives. We go out, and then he moved, and we'd still like kept in contact, because we could like see each other, like, oh, he's hiking. I'd be like, cool. Like we would keep in contact, right? And then he went on his show, and after his show, he saw that I was on a show as well. And so he hit me up. He's like, wait, we're both on reality TV. This is actually crazy. Although his wasn't reality TV, but his still was TV. And So we were like, wait, this is crazy. No way. Like me being drunk at the clubs. He's sober. He doesn't drink. And I'm like,
Oh, he
ooh. And then
doesn't?
he's like, no, he doesn't drink alcohol at all. He's never drank alcohol. Yeah.
Wow. Me,
Yeah.
me and Horacio have to meet, man. Like,
Yeah. You should do it. He'll do
yeah,
an interview with you. I'll have to tell him.
please, because I just sent him a message.
Okay. He does
Please,
not use social media. He does not check his social media that much. I mean, right now he's
please.
checking it, but I'll tell him. I will.
Just
I will.
just let him know, man. I think we and him would
Yeah.
really hit it off good in conversation, but both of y'all, like y'all just down to
Thank
earth
you.
people. I really vibe with both of your personalities, and I was literally defending everybody. And like, oh yeah, like in the beginning, it's like I ain't really sure about Olivia. I was like, yeah, whatever. She killing it, she doing her thing, and that's just what it is. I immediately
Thank
clung
you.
to both of you.
Thank you.
But
Where are you from?
I'm from the Bahamas.
You live in the Bahamas right now?
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm jealous. I'm coming because I freaking love the warmth. I love island
Yeah,
life. Like
you
I
been
love
you've
the
been there
cold.
before?
I never. No, I've been to Jamaica. Is that close?
Jamaica
Okay.
is in the Caribbean, but we're not a part of the Caribbean
Okay.
technically. But a people
Okay.
group us together, but we still share that island life vibe.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I went to Jamaica and it was my favorite place in the whole entire world. The culture is amazing. The people were so nice. The slang is so fun. It was,
Yeah.
and also I'm Polish, so when I get the
Oh,
sun, I get really
okay,
tan. So
cool.
I just felt like a bronze babe,
Gay,
and I was
gay.
like,
That's just like,
yes.
just vibes.
They sent us to Argentina, like literally the coldest. It was wintertime there. So it was so cold. And I looked so pasty. I was like, yo, your girl needs some sun. I was like, get me out of here. And it was cold. I hate the cold.
No, but on a lot of challenge bonds, we don't like the cold seasons because it kind of makes you guys more like tense and
Yes.
like
I
more
know.
warm climate. It's more like, all right,
Yeah.
let's go. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay. Because why has there not been a season in a long time that is in a tropical climate? I'm
Bang,
like,
bring it to
hello?
the Bahamas. Let's go.
Oh my God. That would be so dope. Oh my gosh. But that's
Season 40,
awesome.
let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah, but I live here on on the main island, New Providence. Our capital is Nassau. So yeah, you probably heard about places like Paradise Island,
Yeah.
Bahama and stuff like that. So yeah, so we have those resorts going on. But yeah, man, come on now. It's cool. Actually, two of my friends, two of my boys who actually do like challenge stuff as well. They're supposed to be coming here, in July. So I'll show them around, see what's good and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's going to be
But
fun.
and they will also be like, bro, you get Olivia to be on your channel.
Of course. Okay. Well, that's another thing too. It's like, I will say this week has been
Hectic.
insane.
I saw it on your
Insane.
feed. I say she still have
Oh
the
my
time to
God.
message me.
Well, so I also work still. Like, it's funny. People are like, give a job. Like, you're on TV. I'm like, yeah, I work.
Yeah,
I mean,
get the
I
bag.
spend, yeah, exactly. And also on reality TV, like, don't get it twisted. You don't make that much money. Like, I'll just be honest with you. You don't really make
All
money
right.
at all. So it's like, I mean, if you're
coming in, but if you like a vet like Johnny, Nani, Anissa
they
status, they
make
making money just off a parent's check.
Yeah.
Because I know some of them was telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, they get guarantees. So like they can go on a season, and I don't know that they didn't tell me this, and I don't know. I'm kind of just going what I've heard. They make guarantees of like 6 figures, and then every week they get paid extra.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, well, I would have taken 1/20th of that. But yeah, I also worked really hard to build my business, and I'm trying to build myself an empire. I'm not just trying to live for the weekend, basically, and who knows when a reality career ends. So like I want to stay with my business. I also love helping women and changing lives, and like for me that's beneficial. So I also am working and trying to keep up with what's happening online. I also am so freaking grateful, and like I wish I could call every single person that has supported me, because some of these I'm getting paragraphs, not even just like good job. It's like crazy paragraphs of people relating to me, people telling me their trauma, their scar stories, what they thought of me at the beginning and the end of the season, them saying they're gonna riot if I'm not on another season, just like really supporting me. And so it's like, yeah, and so I'm like, and I am a normal person, and so I know how much it would have meant to me as a younger teenager or, whatever. If I was a huge fan of someone, if they messaged me back, it would have made my whole entire week. So I want to like try to give back, but I was trying to be on my phone nonstop when I could, and it was just like fire, 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 just messaging back people as much as I could, even if it was emoji, just to know I saw it. I would do that because I do try to read every single one, but I didn't realize there was a hidden option too. And I'm like, I can't even go there. I can't because I think I probably gained 30,000 followers overnight. And so I
Where did I
probably
end
had
up? Because you answered me pretty quick.
wait, so I think I got literally like 10,000 messages and I can't respond to all of those. So I like to stay on it. So when I see them coming in, I can just click on it right away and like it at least, just to let people know I see you, I hear you, but it's a lot.
I feel extra special and blessed that you saw my messages, and everybody out there, if she didn't reply to you, you're hearing it here. She wants to, but it's a lot of messages I know, and especially a stellar performance that you and Horacio had. The fact that you even took the time to message people back, including myself, yeah, it's really humbling, man. It really shows the human nature of you.
Thank you.
I really respect them, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
When's your birthday, Olivia?
It's July 8th. I'm a Cancer.
I'm a Pisces.
What's yours?
I'm a Pisces.
Water signs.
So yep. we water signs.
I'm a lover. Man. I'm like,
come on.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, I'm emotional, but like, it doesn't mean I'm crying. It's like I feel people's energy. And,
Fox. Empaths. Yeah.
Exactly, empaths. Yeah. So like, yeah. So reality TV is kind of hard for me actually because being an empath, I don't ever want to. I argue with someone. I'm someone that likes to get to the matter of fact or like solve problems, not argue just because I want to win and want someone to be hated. That's not my MO. Unless I don't know, it would take a lot. So
yeah, same.
Reality TV can be hard and draining, but like that's why this season I was like, I'm just gonna be myself, and I'm not gonna get offended by a lot of things or anything like that. With like even Nelson picking Festi over me or whatever. It's like it's a game, it's business. I get it. I'm logical. I'm a very logical person, unless it's like my heart is getting hurt or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, then it's not so great. That's why I pray to God we don't have an Exes season, because an X season would just be like, I would love it for me. I feel like then I would a little bit spiral. And I'm not ready for that.
Well, if that's the case, then you and Nelson might be paired up then. But that's, I think that's a good team. It's a good parent.
Well, I have another ex because I won Love Island. So that's another guy. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know who they would partner me with if that was the next season, but I don't want any of them.
So now that we're on Nelson, I kind of want to jump ahead. So what was your dynamic with him, like on the show? Do you still keep up, in touch with him? What was your experience like with him on the show?
Well, on the show, he is someone that was like there for me, and I knew that me and Reese were close as well. So because of that, I got closer to him because I was like, well, she is my friend, so she's not going to throw me in, especially as a rookie. And then I kind of found like, comfort in him as well. And then as the season went on, we go out drinking and it's kind of like a club, and there's no one there at these club parties, right? Except for us. So a lot of these people are like, this season, like a lot of them are married or in relationships, or they were not available or whatever. And so when that's the case, you kind of like couple up with people that are available, and you just like, I feel like at some point you find anything to connect with them, because I like companionship. I like to share emotions with someone, and I like to like connect with people. So we just hit it off right away, and we hung out in the house the whole time. I will say, like, watching the show back, it's funny because I don't know who he was when I went on the show, and his confessionals were so theatrical, and the person I know is not like that. He's very like, what's up? Like, good morning. Like, can I make you some coffee? He's very chill. So when I saw this, like, oh my God, I was like, that is not who I know. Like, that's different. Because I'm the same. I'm always animated. It's just who I am. But yeah, our relationship was like good on the show. And then he left 3 weeks before I did. And through that time, I kind of realized that I didn't need a man, don't really want one. And that was kind of it. He says I forgot him. I guess that's one way to put it. But also, I think another way was just like, that was my first reality check of realizing that showmances are just sometimes that. And I didn't know what that meant. And so I was like, no, this is like, I'm having a real connection. I'm not fake. I'm not faking it with him. Like, if I was faking or politicking, I would have freaked out if he didn't pick, if I would have never let him throw me in. I would have freaked out about Bestie and I could go on because stuff wasn't aired even. So I never was like that. I always wanted to be known as an individual on the challenge. I never wanted to be known as Olivia and whoever I was with. So I thought the relationship was more just to keep me sane and like have fun when we're like not filming and when we're out at the clubs and stuff. It was never for TV. And so when I left the show, basically I left the show in a horrible way, right? So I had like my face broken, black eyes, and he wanted me to fly straight to Austin, Texas to go see him. And I'm like, dude, no, I just broke my face. Like, I want to be alone in my house, in my room, and hide from the world. Like, I feel very vulnerable right now. I got really hurt. I'm also devastated. We worked so hard to get there. I also feel like it was on me that Horacio couldn't continue. So I felt guilt, immense amount of guilt. And I also didn't know if I was ever going to look the same because I know I look pretty normal, but under the bandage, I'm actually going to make a whole video of my healing process. But I got like a keloid scar. It was a big ball, like a big ball. I've had like 8 treatments of intense laser treatment on my scar, and it's still there, but it's way better than it was. And my face is my brand, you know, on social media, and I do like a lot of filming. So my face is my brand, and I couldn't tell the world about my face because this show hadn't aired yet.
So I didn't.
So I felt like
Yeah,
I was
that's
just,
true.
yeah. So I couldn't, like, I didn't want to be on camera because my face looked crazy, and like everyone was asking what happened, and I couldn't talk about it. And so I felt very alone in that. And he, I don't think understood how bad the accident was or affected me mentally. And so it kind of was just pressing, like, when am I going to see you? When am I going to see you? And I just kept prolonging it, pushing it off. Because I'm like, I don't want to see you right now. I'm working on myself. And then as time went on, days went on, a week went on after the show, 2 weeks went on after the show, I just kind of learned more about him and his past and who he was and what he has done. And I'm all for forgiveness, don't get me wrong, for people's past mistakes because I have had them. But it just was a lot for me to process, especially for not really having the feelings I didn't see myself dating him. So because I didn't already see myself dating him, everything else was just kind of cherry on top where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go there. And I think I was a little bit cowardly. I think I should have told him straight up, like, I don't want to be with you. But being an empath, it just hurt me so bad, selfishly, to hurt him, I guess, because I knew he was madly like, I don't even know the word. I want to say love. We'll say love, madly in love with me. And I was just like, dude, I'm going to crush this guy. Like, and he wasn't going to take a breakup, like, I don't want to be with you, as the answer. He was going to probably dive in, like, why? And I was just like, I don't have answers for you. All I know is I don't feel it in my heart, you know? And so I did apologize to him for that. But there was a point where he was like, okay, like, we can just be friends. No pressure, no pressure. That was the right thing for him to say, but his actions were not doing the same. He would blow me up, text me a million times, say, I'm not going to talk to you. He was very hot and cold. He would text me like not mean things personally, but more so like, you broke me. Like, just like making himself the victim. And I was like, dude, we had to talk. You said you're cool with it. And you also said you forgave me and everything's cool and we can be cool. In my book, when you forgive someone, you don't get to choose when you want to blow up and go back down. You can feel those things in private and around your friends, but on social media, really, like, almost kind of like, I feel like clout chasing, especially right now when what happened to me is such a big deal. He just posted, I'll just be real. He just posted on his Instagram something that was a little sassy. And I didn't know this because the last conversation we had was like last week, before my episode aired. And he said he never wants to talk to me again, never wants to see me again. He hopes the best for me, but I destroyed him and he doesn't want me to destroy him again and break him again. And he hopes we never have to do another season together. So that's what he said to me. And I was like, okay. And I was actually kind of shook. I was like, what? He's like, you're not telling me full truth. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he explained what he was talking about. And it was kind of about some other guys or whatever. Me and him were not together since August. You don't get to tell me who I can talk to and who I can't. You're not my boyfriend. You're not anyone I'm close to. Yes, I respond to your text messages when you talk to me. They're not romantic. They're friendly. And it's very few and far between. because I didn't tell him the full truth about maybe some guy, which by the way was fabricated, but I'm not even going to fight for something that I just don't have energy for. You can't want to know. I'm not going to, we're not dating. We're not best friends. I'm not going to tell you things that I do with other guys. Do you know what I'm saying? It was just weird behavior.
Yeah, I got you.
And he can feel that in private if he wants to, but like coming out me and then posting on his Instagram the night of the episode airing, or it was the next day, whatever. It was like a day or whatever after. Knowing that I'm getting a lot of attention, knowing that I'm reliving the whole thing over again, and actually it was more intense to watch this time because I didn't see it from a third party perspective of my injury, right? And watching it from a third party, it's like, oh my God, it's brutal. And in the moment, I'm kind of in fight or flight mode, so I'm in like a survival thing, so it didn't hit me as much. And then just getting the outpour of love and also having people empathize with me made me more emotional as well. Because I've always been the person that's like, I'm tough, rub some dirt in it, clearly, right? And
yeah.
Like, and just having people be like, I cried. People sending me videos of them bawling their eyes out. People sending me videos like, you're a champ. Not even messages, like full on videos. I'm just like, what? So I was very emotional in a fragile state, but in the best way, just very vulnerable. And for him to post, some people are different on camera. I need to get the actual quote because I don't want to keep misquoting it, but something about it's interesting to see when the cameras are off how people switch up or something like that. And it was definitely about me. By the way, this man had me blocked. So that was kind of like when you come for someone and they can't even defend themselves, because I didn't see it. Everyone was sending it to me. I'm just like, you're just being a child and petty, and honestly your character is showing. And I'm like, dude, if anyone's different, it's you. Because I called a lot of my friends after that were on my show and in real life and was like, dude, this is kind of getting to me. I'm like, do I act different? Because people do change on shows and I need to stay humble and I need people to check me. My real friends need to check me and my family. And I was like, if this is the truth, I need to get checked. And everyone's like, Olivia, no, you're the exact same person. And a lot of them said, he's the one that acts different for cameras. And that's when I was like, okay. I knew I was right, but you know, you question yourself sometimes, especially being vulnerable in this state of like, why would you, I trusted him so much with my character and what he was going to make me look like, or even just like, not even what I look like. I trusted him with not bashing me and trying to destroy my character publicly. And because I didn't say one thing about this man online. And yeah, so it was hurtful for that reason too. But so yeah, we're no longer together. That ended in August. I think we saw each other one time after that. And but that was it. And we are not friends. We are not together, and we will never be together. Because once I see something like that, no.
And that's that, people, and that is that. But in terms of, because a lot of people do put up for the camera sometimes. We know people like Johnny, they know how to work this show. Wes, you haven't met him, I don't think. But those type of characters they know how to put on for the show, and then they have a different persona in real life. So apart from, Nelson, based on your story, who else do you feel as if was putting on for the camera versus you knowing that, listen, that ain't really how you kick it, or how you are as a person? Is there anybody else?
Not really. Honestly, everyone is pretty much themselves, which is probably a scary thing too, honestly. But no, everyone's themselves. I mean, Johnny definitely he plays up for production, but it's not fake. It's just kind of like maybe things you normally keep in. If he's mad at someone, he'll say. Okay. Yeah. And like he even told me, like, after Nelson picked Fessy over me, he's like, you shouldn't. No, after he threw me in, but no one knew that I kind of knew about it, right? I orchestrated the whole thing. So no one knew that. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get mad at him, like, right? But Johnny did encourage me. He's like, you should, like, act it up a little bit, play it up for the cameras. And I was just like, that's not me. I can't do that, So
but yeah, people tend to play it up because it adds, that factor to the show where it's like, ooh, like she hurt her, like she catch feelings, But
Yeah.
but like you're
Yeah.
saying, you just have to know yourself and just be like, I'm good. Me being myself and just being a great competitor should keep me sustained. Like, don't mind you,
Yeah.
drama is cool for the show, but I like when it's done organically.
Yeah.
Like if
Totally.
Horacio and Jordan going back and forth in the sun, like that's healthy
Yeah.
rivalry right there.
Well, and also being a rookie, I didn't have beef with anyone because
Yeah.
I can't expect someone to save me. Like it's a rookie season and I'm okay with that. But I will say if we do an Exes season or even a next season, one of my close friends on the show throws me in, oh, that's a little different than I did this season, right? But like
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
difference,
fake
yeah.
where I can be like, what the Nelson? I don't even know what I would say because it would just be so robotic. It wouldn't be natural for me. But if I really do get affected, if we ever do the season or something together, or if someone betrays me, I'll definitely speak my mind because, like, listen, like I don't like liars, and I don't like being like pulled out of my character.
Yeah,
So
for sure. They definitely
yeah,
got you. So outside of your ride or die, Horacio, that's probably the 20th time I call his name in this video.
yeah, right.
Outside of him, who do you gel with the most? I know you said Nerys, but anybody else?
Yeah. Sorry, there's like a disco ball and like all the like little dots on my face and yeah. So I don't really chill with anyone because I live in Arizona and none of them live here. Um, I know that actually Nani and Casey are moving to Arizona. I'm excited because I'm friends
Okay.
with them. I'm like, yay, like we'll have fun. But I when I travel, I see Nerys. I see Nerys the most. Me and her are very good, very, very good friends.
Okay, that's
Um,
good.
and I FaceTime a lot of people. Me and Anise actually FaceTime almost every day. She's like one of my closest friends. She's been a support and she's played the game for so long that she is a sounding board, and she's also dealt with a lot of criticism, criticism. So she's someone that can kind of, if I'm feeling down, even though I'm so blessed, like I said, that I really haven't got any hate, which is insane to me because Love Island, I got some hate for that show. So I was like, damn.
Yeah, because
And
one of my
so,
friends she told me, she was like, she's sorry for interrupting you, but she just told
no,
me
you're
that
good.
she was like, yeah, Olivia, I didn't really like her on Love Island, but on the challenge, she was like, yeah, I really, she grew on me, and I was like, well, thank
Yeah.
God I didn't watch Love Island, but still, I would have been like, seeing you on the challenge. She was
Yeah.
like, it's a
Well,
complete, difference, versus Love Island.
well,
So I
and the
was
thing
like,
is, yeah. Well, and the thing is, I'm the same person on both, but Love Island's filmed every single day. And I was on
ah,
that show. I think I was on that show for like 70 days, or I was in Hawaii for 70 days or something, or 60 days. So it was a lot of filming. And if you don't have drama on that show, they're not going to show you on camera. And when I went to Love Island, I went for a purpose. I actually wanted to meet someone to connect with. I didn't go on there to be like starting drama with anyone. I really wanted to be connecting with someone. So I was kind of asking certain questions that maybe some of the girls wouldn't ask. I also was the oldest one on Love Island. I was 28 at the time, and everyone else was like 22. So I was like, this is interesting. So I definitely was, and also Love Island starts with 5 girls. So they do make characters out of us, even though we're being real. Like one was funny. One was me. I was the logical one more. At the beginning, I was more logical and like, I guess like looking for something real. And then they have like an airhead, and then
a
they have like the
ditzy,
hot girl. Yeah. And then they
yeah.
have the hot girl. And then they have maybe someone they know is going to start drama. That's their character list. So I would say not unfortunately, but I did not get to express myself and who I was fully on that show because if you are not with a guy, which I was single for a lot of that show. So if you don't have a guy, they're not going to show you on camera so much. So it's definitely different. I like the challenge better. I got to show my personality fully because the confessionals are different. When you're on Love Island, you go right into the confessional right after something happens. And sometimes we were tired or drained, or we just like didn't have anything to say. Whereas a challenge, you can sit on it for a couple days, and then when you go in there, you remember everything and how it played out, and you can just express yourself easier. So, but yeah, and that's fine. I think that everyone deserves a good redemption show, redemption season, and I've had many comments like that actually that they said like they didn't like me on Love Island, or they did not like me. They just were like, I didn't care for her, which is fine. I didn't really either. The clips I saw, I didn't watch the show, but I was like, God, they edited me to be so boring. Like that's crazy. And then the challenge, I got my redemption, and we're cool.
No what, and thanks for being on the challenge. Like it is,
Right?
breath of fresh air, my breath of fresh air. So is
Yeah,
there
thank
anything
you.
that Is there anything that they didn't show that you feel was worthy enough to show? If you can,
Um,
share.
yeah. I mean, so before I was with Nelson, I actually had a crush on another guy in the house. And
All right,
me and
Olivia.
him, I know, me and him slept in bed together for the first almost week and a half, 2 weeks. So they didn't show that, which I mean, it is irrelevant, but it was definitely interesting. I think
Did he
that
get eliminated in the first 5 guys?
I don't remember who got eliminated. Let's see. No, I eliminated him.
Okay, say no more.
One of them.
Say no.
So yeah, so there was drama, but I also don't think they wanted that to be aired, maybe because it made no sense in the storyline, especially since I was kind of still talking to Nelson. Listen, I was single. Your girl was single. I was getting to know everyone.
Yeah, you doing what you're doing, man. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and so I did have a little fling per se with someone before Nelson, which I'm happy they didn't show because it. Not that I don't like this person, I actually like love them, they're my friend, but it was kind of made no sense for the storyline and what. Like, I didn't want to be known for dating guys on the show. Like I said, I wanted to be known as an individual. So that spared me at least to not look like I was just sleeping with the whole house. Because I wasn't. It would have looked interesting. You know?
Trust me, that ain't what people talking about. That ain't what people talking about. The biggest highlight for you, well, obviously the final situation, but everybody at this point knows that you went in there and you just straight beasted it. So people, including myself, I would just be like, okay, that happened, but that isn't Olivia in her entirety. Like she comes
Thank
here
you.
as she's competing for this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can rest assured with that. No.
Well,
some people only come on this show to hook up. So it's like,
right.
All right, cool.
Right?
That's what you want to do.
Well, and this is also why I was kind of acting up. It's because we were alternates, and so we literally got into the house. And at this point, I was like, I'm just lucky to be here. I had no competition on my mind at all. I thought we were going to be eliminated, honestly, first or second, dead ass, because we had no connections in the house. I mean, obviously, I knew Johnny from Love Island, but like, he's not going to save us over maybe someone that a vet could have made a secret alliance with him. I don't know. So I was like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm going to have fun, because if I'm on the challenge, I'm not going to be like someone that people forget. Like, I don't want to be like eliminated in episode 2 and then everyone's like, who's Olivia? Like, I was like, no, I'm making my presence known. So like, I definitely was going on with a more have fun mindset. And I think it was a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise when we did the hall brawl, because it made me realize like what I'm capable of, and that, okay, I came here and it made the competitor in me get on fire. And from that moment, you'll see that moment throughout the season, I actually start putting in work. Because I'm like, okay, like, let's go. You know,
yeah.
Thank you.
You bulldoze. You bulldoze. I just have a flashback with you just like, you just run.
I know. And I want to give, and I want to give like Ravym credit too. Like, she's actually, like, I'm taller than her for sure, but she's a strong girl.
Yeah,
I mean, she won almost the barrel. They're so strong. And like, that barrel challenge that we did, that was the hardest challenge, I'll say. So I almost threw up on that one. But I also was like hungover the night before. But those barrels were so heavy.
Yeah.
And so she bulldozed through that. She definitely has endurance and strength. So I was like, at first I was like, oh my God, we're going home. And that's not a great way to think, but I was just like, I didn't want to lose and then be like so hopeful and like feel sad, I guess. I was preparing for the worst, expecting the best. Hoping for the best. And then as I got up there, my competitor in me started to wake up, because I was very competitive in high school. I was very good at sports in high school. And I just woke up inside of me. I was like, oh, we're not leaving. I'm not going home. I'm not going home. Because if you remember, I also got betrayed by Tommy and Ananyse. So I was like,
yes.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I don't get to go back in the house and confront them.
No, Fox. So, as you should, because that was, that was messed up. I was like, what's going on? Like, rookies, y'all coming into this. These vets, as much as they might hate each other, they will bond together to get all of y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
They will, any shot that they have where they could advance themselves and they don't have to shoot shots at themselves, at each other, they trying to get the rookies out of the house first. That was clearly shown like
Totally.
in previous, these previous recent seasons. So with that Hall Brawl elimination, would you say that was your most gratifying elimination to win?
Yes. I it wasn't the hardest thing we did, but I think it was for me the most mentally, like, it made me stronger mentally because I was kind of not I was not checked out of the game, but I also didn't really think about competing. I just thought about having some parties with some friends. Like I came because the challenge can be two things. You can be either a competitor or you can be, someone that is a little catty or whatever.
Yeah, big on
And sometimes you'll
social
get
life. Yeah.
yes, but like I didn't want to be. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I was happy to be there. And so I think doing that, it made and also everyone in the house, no one saw me as a threat. No one. I mean, we were on the airplane and people were literally making jokes like, dang, you're a party girl. You're fun. Because I'm fun. I am fun. And so people were like, oh, you're fun. You're crazy. And I can read people very, very, very well. Even though I'm goofy and bubbly and I'm like, oh, like, da, da, da. I'm like, when it comes down to it, I'm like, I'm watching you. I know what's up, And so no one saw me as a threat. And when I went up there and I did the hall brawl, everyone you could see in the house was like, oh my God,
Yeah, shaking.
a beast. Yeah.
Shaking. Like what? She had
Yeah.
this. She had all of this. And oh, okay, bet. Let's go.
And even Horacio, because I mean, no one really bet on Horacio. Some people bet on because they do bets or they're sick. But people did bets, and like I would say more people than not. It's 50-50 for me and Ravym. I would say 50-50. But Horacio probably was like Horacio 10, Johnny 80. Like people thought Johnny was going to take it on the bottom because he's a big dude and he's like muscular, but it just showed how much of a fierce competitor and how much heart, but also how freakishly strong he is for like his stature. Crazy.
Horacio is like no quit, man. Like I keep telling, I wish like I had. Please, Olivia, like send him a message because I gotta tell him.
I will.
Like he is the modern day Landon. If he doesn't know who that is, if you don't know who that is, that's definitely one of the challenge greats in the show. Landon doesn't do the show anymore. So yeah, he'd probably be more suited for like an all stars or something like that. But yeah, Landon just came in every season he competed on as a competitor, as a challenger. He was not into politics, similar with Horacio. And he just let his game speak for itself. So, and I literally see them as, as that. So it's
I love
always,
it. Okay. Yeah.
And Horacio to me, because first of all, the internet is just crazy about him, and he doesn't have to be a manipulative player, talking behind people, but he's just literally genuine. Like he's exuding this just pure innocentness, and then he's on fire and competitive and just want to get the job done. I think that's what Jordan respected, in him too. Because when Jordan sees people like that, it's like there's like a fire under him, and to see them too in that elimination was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. But in terms of
it was crazy. I was sad.
Yeah, it definitely was. But in terms of like the dailies, what do you say was your favorite and least favorite daily? And then your favorite elimination and your least favorite elimination?
The eliminations that I did or just like in general?
Well, I actually want to know, in general, like what do you think was the worst elimination or the best elimination to watch, period?
Oh, the worst elimination was probably Darrell, Veronica, Tommy and Ananyse. Wait, no, it wasn't them. It was Tommy and Ananyse and Kim Colleen. With the pulling of the thing, that was the worst one to watch. It was sad. Tommy's a sweetheart. It was sad to see him so defeated, and it was sad, but it was also just kind of boring to watch because like there was no competition. It was like taking candy from a baby. So that wasn't the best one to watch. And I think the best one to watch was probably the one right before the final with that climbing. That one took a long time. It was like
with Nani and Johnny.
Yeah.
And
because in person, because Nani caught the rod with her foot. And by the way, that thing took so long. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Like every step fast, he just was like.
Oh my God. And then I probably would have to say for a close second for the best is the hall brawl because hall brawls are no joke, and it was altered because I think of past seasons they didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But because like you can get hurt, or, like break a finger, stub something, or like just look at your shoulder or whatever. So I want more barrier because impact is no joke. But overall, that was still hard, right? And so I would say probably those two are the best.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
And then the
Cool.
challenges, the worst challenge, I hate them all. They're all terrifying. I have to say heights, the tango, that tango dancing.
You didn't like that.
Yeah, this one. So jumping off the building, you didn't fall. You just swooped, right? Jumping off, it was like the third episode. The tango, they were gonna drop us 20 stories. That's a long way to drop. So I don't want to free fall out of the sky on a rope that's like this big. You know what I mean? It's just not my vibe. So that was probably scary. The best one, I think actually the was it second challenge. The second challenge, that was the climbing the rope ladder and onto the rope swing and making it to the platform. I feel like that was like the most fun because it was like more of an obstacle course as far as instead of some random you can get lucky challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But even with some of those challenges where, people would DQ it, for instance, the Chauncey situation when he was like, I don't want to do it and stuff like that. Personally, I don't know how you feel, but I felt as if that team should have gotten disqualified. Just period, because one person did not do it. So did you ever feel that type of way in terms of like the show, in terms of like, y'all, these rules ain't rule it right now?
Yes, but I've learned quickly that rules in the challenge kind of mean nothing sometimes. There's always some way around something.
Well,
And it's obviously clear to the viewers. I've had many messages, but I don't think that our team should have got DQ'd. I think that he should have been an instant vote in, you know? Because yeah, it's not fair that we went out there and tried and then someone that did it had to go home, you know? But also that was cool with me because that made him an easier competitor for someone to beat because he obviously has limitations. And that shows weakness, and that shows that I'd rather keep him around because in a final, if there's heights, we're good.
Olivia, like,
You know?
all right, get your notebook out. Like, all right, cool. Does not like heights.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
But I also like, I think out of heights, I'm the second one that was doing that one that was terrified. Like, I think that I was never gonna quit. I'll never quit. But I was like, Johnny, you're gonna have to drag me out there because like I'm gonna do it, but my body physically like. I was like this, and it's weird because like I tell myself, don't be scared. You're like, it's fine. But sometimes your body literally just will shut down if you have anxiety or fear. And that's what mine did. Maybe for next season, I'll have to get some Xanax or something. And so I can just be like, yay, this is fun.
Yeah, like, let's go. Woo.
That's what some people do that. Some people do take that because they're like, because fear can shut your body down, but
That's
it's
true.
cool when you can overpower it, and luckily I didn't fall. So we're good.
Oh, yeah, no, Fox, true. So true. But so the infamous ball in the face. Well,
oh my God, yeah.
It was
That
such
happened.
that was
I know.
literally, you said everybody had reaction. I was literally sitting on my couch like I was like that for the entire segment of that. Like even when you were in the ambulance with Horacio trying to like, talk you down and stuff like that, being supportive, I still was like, cause I was like, this ain't happening. And I was like, I felt as if Horacio already knew that it was a wrap for him, but him being the type of person that he is, he was really like, he just wanted to see him there for you and, just tell you like everything's gonna be okay. And that speaks to his character and stuff like that. But then afterward, we see him break down and stuff like that. So, just walk us through that, even with the whole slingshot thing, because again, with challenge rules, and me and one of my friends, who she watches the challenge as well, she was like, okay, so Devin and Tori doesn't drink, but here, Horacio cannot do the slingshot for Olivia. So
yeah.
how do you feel? How do you feel with that?
I feel like they're two different things. I don't think it's unfair that Tori didn't drink because it actually benefited people because they had to drink their drinks slower because there was only one person drinking. But they only got, I think, 1 cup. So you can't, I mean, what are they supposed to do? Like take each a sip out of it? So if they only had 1 cup, you can't really have 2 people drink it. So I don't think it was a big deal at all. But I do think as ride or dies, people should be able to tag in when they are good at something because that's what the point is of ride or die. Like, I'm gonna help you, you help me. And they knew how badly hurt I was, my finger. Like it was bad. Like the whole nerve was like hanging out of it. This little white nerve was hanging out of it. And it was like the whole flesh was cut out down to the bone and like ripped backwards. So you had to shove it back in together. It was just the whole thing. So they knew how badly it was hurt. So I would have thought maybe they'd be like, well, actually, at first, I think we did ask. It's like, can you do it? And they said, nope, you each have to do 2 each. And then we're like, okay. And so I think they should have loosened the rules for everything because it was ride or die theme. But at the same time, that's like saying, like, say me, I'm not a great runner. I'll just use me as an example. I'm not a great runner. But they're saying whoever gets to the finish line first, only one of you has to run, go. It's not fair for everyone else because he's the best, you know? Or Jordan's the best runner. And it's kind of like, if your team wins based on one person because you're amazing, it's kind of unfair. But I don't know. I mean, listen, I wish, and I want to complain about certain rules and stuff, but at the end of the day, I can't change it. And I honestly, I'm not mad about how things were handled, to be honest. It is what it is. And Horacio, yeah, I do think he held off being emotional because I didn't actually start crying when I did my first like whine because I was like whimpering. I was like, this is happening to me. It was because they were like, get in the ambulance, and that's when I knew they were probably going to try to make me quit, and that's the only reason I cried. I would not have cried. I actually tried not to cry because I didn't want to get disqualified. Not knowing how bad I looked, by the way. I didn't know how bad I looked. All I knew is there was a lot of blood and what? No, it was so much blood. Like, oh my God. It looked like molten lava from a volcano or something. Oh,
no, because you were like, all right, can I still go? Can I still go? I was like, the fuck, are you still trying to go? And I'm like, you see yourself?
Yeah.
Like, we gotta give you a mirror or something because he was like,
literally,
let's go.
I know. Well, and then he was kind of making me think that I was fine too, because he's like, I know you're not quitting. I know you're not quitting. I'm like, okay.
like okay. Like my face leaking.
Oh my God.
Okay. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
But
it was
the
not
mentality,
great, but
no, the mentality that both of you had was just, it was just refreshing to see 2 fresh rookies come into this with a like solid. It seems as if you guys been in the challenge for a hot minute. Like you already had this, strong,
thank you,
go getter, warrior mindset, and it was really good to watch. Really good to watch. And with that warrior mindset, both of you are destined to be a champion at one point. Oh,
thank you. I hope so.
In your challenge career. But in terms of like chumps,
it would be dope if the next one.
No, for real. 39, whatever 39 is.
Yeah.
I know we've been trying to hint at Exes, but I think Exes would be a great way to go. And then we need a every man for themselves season 40 individual season. We need it, and we need all of y'all on that. We need Horacio, need everybody there. Okay? But in terms of like chumps, because there were kind of a few there, Johnny Bananas, Jordan, Darrell, Laurel, Amber B, and Veronica. Which chump did you think you learned the most from during your time though?
I'll be honest.
Wow.
No one really shared a lot with me because they didn't want probably me to do well.
That's real. Yeah, that's real. Okay.
But Veronica taught me to have fun and also that it's a game. And don't be so sensitive if I hurt someone's feelings. As you've seen her play, she's ruthless.
Yeah.
And, I really like her though. I enjoyed being in the house with her.
Yeah. She don't care.
And then Amber B, she I think taught me. I wouldn't say taught me. I looked at her and I took notes that You need to stand strong in your win. Don't let anyone think that you're not worthy of winning. Put your head up because you're a vet and you need to claim your vet spot. Stop being, because other people say you're a rookie or you're not involved with the vets, like, don't let yourself succumb to that. Like, stand up, like, put your chest out. You deserve it. You won it. Doesn't matter how you got there. A win is a win.
Hey.
And
win is a win.
And she's stunning. I mean, this girl. And then who else? Casey. Casey was in her room a lot. She doesn't really talk to a lot of people. She's very in the game, which I respect.
Yeah. Sorry, Casey won as well. Sorry.
Yes.
I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, I know. But she stayed in her room a lot, but she also, we had personal talks. So not about the game, personal talks. She taught me a lot. She's very proud of who she is, and it was just very inspiring. And then, who's the other one?
If you're speaking females, then the next one would be Laurel.
Oh, Laurel. Yes. Laurel and me clicked on the airplane right away. We got drunk on the airplane, and like the flight attendant gave us a whole bottle of wine. Like, me and Laurel became friends instantly. And throughout the show, like we would like have like a lot of talks and stuff. And she just honestly was just like me, in the fact that she's like doesn't make herself feel like she's someone special or anything like that. She's like, I'm struggling in this game too, or she'll be like, I have to prove myself all the time too. So it made me think like it's not easy for everyone to get a win. Sometimes it's really hard for people to get a win, and sometimes it's really easy for people to get a win. Luck is not talked about enough. Luck is very real on the challenge, and unlucky is also very real on the challenge. Leroy, me, it's just like it can be really unlucky. But at the end of the day, like if you really keep trying, you got to put in your mind that you're a champ already, so you can start visualizing it and you can go after it. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm speaking it into existence that I will be a champ one day.
You will be.
It would be dope. It would be dope if I could go back next season and my redemption season, me and Horacio win. That would just be iconic for me and him and just everything. But like I said, if I don't do well next season, like there's always next season, like because I'm never gonna stop until I get what I want. That's just my mentality, So we'll see. And like I said, I didn't train at all. And now I'm training, so I'm like, I think I'll be good.
Yeah, you're ready to go. You know what to expect.
Exactly.
Like you did a whole season and you did a final, so you know exactly what they could possibly throw at you. The fact that was 100 hours, well, obviously you didn't get to finish the 100 hours, but
no,
to be mentally prepared to say that, okay, they might try this. I have to be prepared. My body needs to withstand this amount of time. Doing puzzle. Make sure your puzzle game strong, because puzzles are inevitable. That's an equalizer, and a lot of brawn. That ain't gonna help you if you don't know how to do a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's why people like CT keep winning.
Yeah, totally. I'm actually lucky that I've always been good at puzzles. Like when I was little, I would build like Lego houses. Those old Legos that you'd have to make and I would build puzzles all the time. And my dad, even sometimes I'm like, is life a coincidence, or is like everything like strategically planned? But my dad, from the time I was 5 years old, I was building puzzles and making things. And he always would be like, you're so good at puzzles, Liv. And I was like, but I also haven't used my brain in that way in like 10 years, So to show up and be at my worst and still do okay with puzzles, I'm going to be like, okay, let me get my mind revving. I need some like Joe Rogan brain pills or something. We're on. Let's go.
So what's your biggest takeaway? Did you guys have a reunion?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. I just needed to know that. So they probably bring that on week after.
It's probably the last week of February. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. It's probably after their birthday. Yeah, that might be.
I hope that they put the reunion out after the final episode.
Like right after.
Yeah, I feel like that's cool because then
that would make sense. Yeah, just wrap it up. We don't need a whole week to be like, all right.
This is the longest season ever. I'm like, dude.
Have you watched Double Agents or Spies, Lies, and Our Life? It's like the season just keeps going, going, and it's like, all right, we tired of this. Like, why are we bringing in the new year with the challenge?
We're tired. We're like, dude, we need to talk to our family. We've been on our phones and like literally staring at each other for so many days. I'm like, I can't stand you. I'm bored.
No, for real. But what's your biggest takeaway from the season though?
I think my biggest takeaway is never judge a book by its cover. Even like self-doubt, you can literally do anything you want in life as long as you put your mind to it and you believe in yourself. People are not going to believe in you your whole life sometimes. People won't believe in you when you're your best. People won't believe in you when you're your worst. As long as you believe in yourself, you can literally conquer anything. And also, you don't need to prove anything to anyone, ever. You just need to prove it to yourself, because at the end of the day, people can hate you all day, but if you still take home a win, you're a winner. So, like, I don't know. I think I just learned to, I also learned to love people differently. I think, like, I got to know people on deep levels, and I thought everyone was similar, and it's just crazy to hear different stories from people, where they come from, their upbringing. Some people come from like not good neighborhoods, and some people come from rich families. And some people move out. I moved out when I was 16. Some people still live with their parents. It's just interesting to see how everyone moves, especially the conflicts that happen. Usually it's between someone that maybe is, and this isn't necessarily true, but maybe someone that's poor and rich. That's maybe someone you can see like having conflict on the show, or someone that is really shy and want someone that's really loud. Maybe they like have some conflict. So it's just interesting to see how people move around the house, and personality is also a huge thing. And also for me to kind of just talk less, that's also, and listen more. That's a big thing I learned.
Honestly, and my grandmother always tells me that. She always says, nah, Donnie, speak less, observe more. And that's such, a critical piece of advice that I've really took from her. Because you really get to see, the ins and outs, and you'd be like, oh, that's what's happening. All right. And then you could form a more calculated, I guess, stance, just to be like, all right, I know how to govern myself accordingly, moving forward. And it teaches you a lot. So yeah, man. But Olivia, I don't want to hold you up any longer, because I don't even know if you even felt the time. I know the original time that you told me, and looking at the time, I'm like, we really passed.
It's so my fault, but like I thought this is a moment I had. I thought it was Pacific time. No, no. Oh my God, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Central.
Central,
yeah, I thought it was Central time, and apparently Arizona's Mountain time, because we don't change our clocks. So I was like, what? So I got all my interviews messed up. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad.
No, but the thing is, when you said Central time, I Googled it, and I was like, okay, that's an hour behind my time, because I'm EST. So
yeah.
You would have been 4:30 and I would be 5:30. But then when you said Pacific, no, not Pacific time. Did you say? Mountain? Yeah. When you said mountain time, I was like, all right, that's 2 hours. So does this mean that we have to start at 6:30? That's when I asked you that. And then and I was like, hold on. Then you was like, see you in 20 minutes. I was like, hold on. So it is still 5:30. So trust me, we both of us were kind of like in a loop. But when you said 20 minutes,
we made it to our destination.
Yeah, we here. But honestly, it was so nice. It was so fun speaking with you. Kindred spirits. I really like that. I'm really vibing your personality and stuff like that. She is a real person, people. And I respect, I respect that. So, Olivia, I know you're doing this now. When you win in these seasons, you get in these callbacks. Just remember your boy. Just remember your boy.
Always. I will.
But yeah, it was so fun to do this. Like I told you, I don't take this lightly. Every time I get to speak with, a challenger, and you actually being the first one from the flagship show that's airing on the show in real time to be my first one, I don't take that lightly. I really appreciate you coming onto this, because you didn't have to do it. So I respect that.
Of course. I'm going to get Horacio on next with you. I'll message him right now.
Please, man. That would be dope to talk to both of the rookies of the season. That would be dope. I would really appreciate, you doing that. So
Of
yeah.
course.
So thank you so much, Olivia. To everybody that's watching, thank you for watching this interview, and I hope everybody stays safe. And yeah, see you on the next one.
Perfect. Thank you. Love you guys.